Good afternoon, fellow raw food lovers. Today I'm making onion rings. One of the things that I like to do is make dishes that I used to eat before I was raw, make them now raw. This is a family favorite, raw onion rings. So what I did first is I used my mandolin and I cut up 3 whole organic onions. Always try to use organic when possible. So I cut up 3 organic onions into rings, and of course some of them, not all of them, but some of them did not come into rings, and that's okay. You can still use those. Next, I have a whole red pepper that I just cut up into 4 pieces, and I have 1 cup of soaked sunflower seeds in my Vitamix. Next, I took half a lemon, and you want to squeeze half a lemon, the juice of half a lemon, in with your soaked sunflower seeds. Okay. You want to make sure that you're using a high-speed blender like the Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. Could not be raw without it. Stick your red peppers in. You're going to make a paste. The paste is then going to be put on top of the onion rings. I'm going to go ahead and blend this up and make the paste. Okay, I want you to see, I won't leave the camera on for the whole time, but I want you to see that you are going to have to use your tamper and push down this red pepper into your sunflower seeds in order to get it to mix. So I'll give you a brief demonstration of how you're going to have to push it down. Okay, one thing you're going to want to do when you're done blending is to taste it. Don't be afraid to taste your mixtures, because if it's not to your palate, you're not going to like it. So I always season or add according to my palate and what I like to taste. As I'm tasting this now, it doesn't have enough lemon in it. So I'm going to take another half of lemon and I'm going to put it in here so that it's more flavorful. I like my food to be really flavorful. Don't like bland food at all. Okay, so I'm going to blend this up a little bit more. Okay, so I've added the juice of another half a lemon, and it still needs a little bit of something. So I'm going to flavor with some salt. I always use pink Himalayan sea salt. And I'm going to also put some turmeric in. Lots of times I have sea salt, turmeric, and sea kelp as my staples that I use to put in to season things. So my palate is accustomed to these tastes and these flavors. That's why I kind of add it. But you don't have to. Okay, so we're almost at the final stage. What we're going to do, we've mixed our onion rings with the batter. We're going to take the onion rings now and we are going to lay them on our dehydrator sheets. Because these need to dehydrate for about 12 hours. I'll do them overnight and then have them for the morning at 105 degrees in the dehydrator. So you just lay them in a single layer, kind of on your sheet, like so. Okay, so what I've done is I put a single layer of the onion rings on my dehydrator sheet. Now, when I first started eating raw, I didn't know what a dehydrator was. So let me just explain to you. This is, they come like this. Let me take this sheet off. Okay, the trays come looking like this. And then you have to buy these sheets that are washable that go on top of the tray so that when you are dehydrating something that's moist and wet, it doesn't seep through. So basically, my dehydrator that I bought is the Excalibur. I did some research with other raw food people and they pretty much buy the Excalibur, so that's what I bought. It comes in a 5 tray and a 9 tray, and I bought the 5 tray. It's really nice. The trays go in here, you put the door on, and you turn the knob, and it's going to dehydrate the food. And by dehydrating, we leave all the nutrients in and our body gets the full benefit of eating the food. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in, and it'll have to wait for about 12 hours in the dehydrator, and then when it's finished, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so here's our finished dehydrated onion rings, and they are delicious. They are chewy and good. So I hope you'll try them.